students, welcome back to the video tutorial series of the mobile computing and wireless communication. I am your instructor Varsha Da. Let's start our lecture. So in last lecture we have covered about IEEE 802.11 architecture. That means we have learned the Wi-Fi architecture. Okay, we have seen two types of architecture, which are we have seen ad hoc architecture and then we have seen infrastructure based architecture. Okay, so for ad hoc architecture there are numbers of separated BSS is there. Now BSS, that means basic service set. Okay, but here in the ad hoc architecture we don't require any type of services, because in ad hoc architecture mobile station or any stations will be communicate with the other station directly within that particular range. But if it is a infrastructure based architecture, that means the stations is communicated, one of the stations of one of the BSS will be communicated to the another stations of the another BSS. Okay, but how this is possible? Okay, so there are numbers of facilities, numbers of services is there. So through this services the stations can communicate with each other. So let's see this, which are the services. But before starting the services, let's recall the infrastructure based architecture. So here you can see this is what infrastructure based architecture. Here in infrastructure based architectures, numbers of stations are there. In between distributed system is that through this distributed system, different BSS will be communicated with each other. So here in this BSS you can see these two stations are connected to access point through distributed system and to the another BSS. Okay, and to communicate with another wireless LAN network we require the portals, that means one type of gateway. So it represent as a protocol conversations. Okay, so for this communications we required some services. Okay, how we are able to communicate with? Okay, suppose here station is there. When the station is in BSS, when it is in the coverage range of the BSS, that station should to register. Okay, without registering, that station cannot able to access the services of the this BSS, this Wi-Fi network. Okay, so stations has to register, then authentication should be there. That means when station is registered itself, that means association will be there. When stations move from one BSS to another BSS, then re-association will be there. If station don't want to communicate in that particular network, then disassociation will be there. So association, re-association, disassociation, authentication, privacy. And when stations are transmitting data from one network to another network, so at that time MSTU delivery is there. That means that max service data unit. So that is what a data packet that is going to transfer from one device to another device. So through this network, so that is known as MSTU delivery. So such type of services will be provided in this IEEE 802.11 infrastructure based architecture. So let's see this one by one. Here in IEEE 802.11 service, here you can see IEEE 802.11 defines 9 services that need to be provided by the wireless LAN to provide functionality equivalent to that which is internet inherent to the wired LAN. Okay, so whatever the services that will be provided with the wired LAN, same services should be provided with the wireless LAN. So here you can see services related to association related service. Then next is access and privacy related service. Then authentication related service, de-authentication and privacy. So these are the categories of the services. So such type of services will be provided by the IEEE 802.11. Now let's see. The primary purpose of the MAC layer is to transfer the MSTU between MAC entities. MSTU, that means MAC service data unit. We can refer it as a data packet. This purpose is fulfilled by the distributed service. Okay, so when data packet will be transferred from one device to another device, that purpose will be fulfilled by the distribution service. Now, for that service to function, okay, it requires information about the station within the ESS. That means within the extended service set, which is provided by the association related service. Okay, so now this association related service, which are the association related service? That is association, reassociation and disassociation, that we will see later on. Now, before the distribution service can deliver data or accept the data from the station, that station must be associated. That means if you want to access the network, any Wi-Fi network, you should have to register. That means you should have to register in that particular network. Then only you are able to access the services of that network. Now, before looking at the concept of the association, we need to describe the concept of the mobility. Okay, we have seen the handover. Okay, so type of handover is what? Inter handover, intra handover. There are based on the cell and based on the MSS, MSc, BSc, there are the different types of handover is there. So same way here, three types is there, three types of based mobility is there. So first is no transition, BSS transition and ESS transition. Okay, so no transition, that means what? Station is not moving from that particular BSS. That is no transition. Station will move, but just in that particular BSS, not out of the BSS station. BSS, that means basic service set. That mobile station will be in that particular network only. So that is what? No transition. Then next is what? BSS transition. So as we have seen in infrastructure based network, two BSS is there, one is here and one is above side. So when the mobile station will move from this BSS to another BSS, that is what? BSS transition. Okay, and next is what? ESS transition. ESS, that means extended service set. We have seen this entire area is known as one ESS. When the station will be moved from this ESS to any other ESS, so at that time it is known as ESS transition. Okay, so these are the three types of transition: no transition, BSS transition and ESS transition. Clear? Now let's see the services related to that. So here, to deliver the message with the distributed system, the distribution service need to know where the station is located. Same as in GSM, that whenever you are going to call, so MSC will identify where your mobile station is there. So again here we have to find out where your station is there. Now, specifically, the DS needs to know the identity of the access point through which that particular station is connected. So, distributed system can transfer the MSDU to that particular access point, and through that access point, that mobile station can access the data. Okay. Now, to meet this requirement, a station must maintain an association. That means the station should have to associate itself in that particular network. So here you can see these three services is related to this, which are association, reassociation and disassociation. Now here association, reassociation and disassociation. Association, that means is establish the initial association between a station and an access point. So before a station can transmit or receive frames in the wireless LAN, so it must identify and it must define its address. Okay, so for this purpose, a station must establish an association with an access point with the particular BSS. Okay, so here we have seen the one BSS is there. In that particular BSS, station should be identified. Okay, so according to its address, etc., whatever it is provided. Now next is what? Reassociation. Reassociation, that means what? When the mobile station moving from one basic service site to another basic service site. So again at that place he has to register, as we have seen in mobile IP. when mobile station will move from home network to the foreign network. In foreign network, that mobile station should register. So that is what reassociation. Then next is what disassociation. That means the mobile station don't want to provide the services. So that is known as disassociation. Now next is access and privacy related services. So there are two characteristics of the wired LAN that are not inherent in wireless LAN. First is what? In order to transmit over a wired LAN, a station must be physically connected to the LAN. Okay, so on the other hand, in wireless LAN, any station within the radio range or any other devices on the LAN can transmit. That means if a device is in the range, then that device can transmit the data packet to any device within that particular range. But in wired network, it should be connected continuously. Now next is what? Similarly, in order to receive a transmission from a station that is the part of the wired LAN, the receiving station must also be attached to the wired LAN. Our receiving station must be there in that particular range, so that in wireless network, so that the receiver stations can access. Now next is authentication. Okay, so authentication related services used to establish the identity of the station to each other. In a wired LAN, it is generally assumed that access to physical connection conveys the authority to access to the LAN. This is a valid assumptions for the wireless LAN, in which the connectivity is achieved simply by having the attached antenna that is properly tuned. We are just assuming that if we are in particular range, then we can access or we can transmit or receive the data in that particular range. But this is not true. You should have to register some authentication is there. So when the authentication is there, then only you can receive or transmit the data. So we require the authentication. So that is known as authentication service. Now next is deauthentication. This service is invoked whenever an existing authentication is to be terminated. Okay, so deauthentication, that means if any existing authentication is terminated, then it is known as deauthentication. That means now services will not provided to that particular device. So that is deauthentication. Next concept, next service is what? Privacy. That is used to prevent the concept of content of the message from being read by the other than the intended recipients. That means it prevents the interceptions of any third party. So that is known as privacy. Now here you can see, this is the chart of the all the services that we have learned. First is authentication service, and service provider will be distribution system, and it supports the MSTU delivery. Then next is authentication, deauthentication and privacy. Here you can see. So authentication, deauthentication and privacy, the services will be provided by the station, that is access point, and it supports the LAN access and security. And remaining services, that is disassociation, distribution, integration, MSTU delivery and reassociation, this all the services is provided by the distribution system. So that is known as MSTU delivery. Okay, so here integration is same as when you are going to register in the network. So that service is also known as integration, and integration then association. And if you don't want to provide services, then it is disassociation. If a mobile station is moving from one station to another station, then it is reassociation. Okay, so such type of services will be provided by the IEEE 802.11 architecture. Okay, so summary of this lecture, we have learned about IEEE 802.11 services, that means Wi-Fi services, and that is based on the infrastructure based network. Okay, so remaining topic we will cover in the next lecture. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next lecture.